وَإِنَّ الذِّكْرَى تَنْفَعُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Reminders are helpful to those who have Iman. Of what we recited from Surah Al-Shu'ara through the words of, as related to us by Allah Azza wa Jal, through the words of Sayyiduna Ibrahim alayhi salatu wassalam wa ala rasulina salatu wassalam. Ibrahim being the father of Islam, who was sammakum al-Muslimin, the one who epitomized the concept of loving surrender to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of Islam. And Allah Azza wa Jal describes him in this wonderful dua and prayers and munajah with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of which he says, alayhi salatu Allahi wa salamuh, وَلَا تُخْزِنِي يَوْمَ يُبْعَثُونَ يَوْمَ لَا يَنْفَعُ مَالٌ وَلَا بَنُونَ إِلَّا مَنْ أَتَى اللَّهَ بِقَلْبٍ سَلِيمٍ. Ya Allah, do not cause me to be rejected and despised on the day when all will be resurrected, on the day when no one will be of any avail to anyone except the one who comes to you with a qalb, with a heart that is salim. Except the one who comes to Allah, to you, Ya Allah, with a heart that is salim. And salim is the emphasis in the Arabic language of salim, sort of in English grammar of hyperbole, in English balagha rather, of hyperbole. That is sighatul mubalagha. You emphasize something. So salim is the emphasis of salim. Salim means sound and safe. Salim is the emphasis of that. It's constantly like that. Sound and safe from what Allah does not love inside of our hearts, basically and in general. And that has many specifics. The worst of which, what Allah does not love, is ash-shirk billah, to associate partners to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to feel inside of us attached to something else, like I am attached to Allah Azza wa Jal, or instead of Allah Azza wa Jal, and so on. The point is, Sayyiduna Ibrahim alayhi salam comes to Allah, moves from one condition of his heart to another condition of salama. I'm going to go, he says in another surah, Inni muhajirun ila Rabbi. I am going to my Lord in hijrah. Where is Allah? Allah was it in Quds, and he was not in Iraq, and Sayyidina Ibrahim is going to Allah in Quds, in Palestine? Of course not. That means that he is going to Allah with his qalb. The condition of his qalb moves from one state to another, better state, greater state of awareness of Allah Azza wa Jal and of attachment to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All of us should be doing that. That is the ultimate hijrah. Hijrah is when my heart, your heart, moves from what we are to a better condition of nearness to Allah Azza wa Jal. That is the hijrah. من ينتقل بقلبه في أحوال قلبه من السيء إلى الخير إلى الأفضل وهكذا يستمر في تحولات وتقلبات قلبه إلى الأحسن فالأحسن فيما يرضي الله عز وجل. That the person continuously moves with the states and conditions of his heart from bad to good to better to still better, from one condition to a more virtuous condition to a more virtuous condition inside. which all of us should be doing. Seeking to change and to be in hijrah always to Allah Azza wa Jal. That hijrah never ceases. A man, as the hadith says, related by Imam Ahmad and others, a man, as Sayyidina Amr ibn al-As described him, جاء عربي جعف إلى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. A Bedouin, tough, rough Bedouin, not with good manners, meaning in those days, and some of us are Bedouins, the way we behave, the way we talk, the way we do things. He came rude and rough. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, of course, handles them with his beautiful prophetic wisdom, which most of us don't have. So, he sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this rude Arabi, Bedouin, tough, rough, impolite, just if you hear what he said, you don't think it's impolite because we have become rude. So he says to him, Ya Rasulullah, أين الهجرة إليك؟ أين الهجرة إليك؟ حيثما كنت أم إلى أرض معلومة أم لقوم خاصة أم إذا مت انقطعت. Very direct, but the Sahaba saw that as rude, lack of adab. Some of us say, yeah, that's rational. That's direct. Yes, you can say things, but you can say them always in a better way. You can always improve on the way we say things and we request things and we demand things. And there are those of us who are just like this Bedouin, Arabi, Jalf. And those who would not even raise their hands to look in the face of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam out of reverence and awe for him sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So he said to him what it means, Ya Rasulullah, al-hijrah to you. Is it to you wherever you are? Or is it to a specific place? Or is it about some specific people? Or when you die it stops? Is the question clear? He put it that way. They described the Sahaba, Amr ibn al-As rawi al-Hadith, described that this Arabi was rude. Subhanallah. But they benefited from his question. And that means if we are polite and well-mannered, and we think because being well-mannered and polite will deprive you from something, if we do that for that purpose, Allah will bring another means for you to attain what you wanted to attain, but you kept because you were polite. In this case, the Sahaba kept because they were polite and with haya. Allah sent them this Arabi to say it. They benefit without incurring the defect of lack of adab. If you understand what I mean. So he answered sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in one narration, al-hijratu an tahjur al-fawahisha ma zahara minha wa ma batan wa an tuqim as-salah wa tu'ti az-zakah fa anta muhajir. Wa fi riwayatin wa in kunta bil hadrami. Al-Hadrami is a place in Yamama, and Yamama at that time was a hostile place to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and many of you know the Kadhab of Al-Yamama, the false prophet, the liar, was from that area. So he said to him sallallahu alaihi wasallam, al-hijrah, in other words, the essence of hijrah, the real hijrah, and tahjur al-fawahish, that you perform hijrah away from the excesses. ما ظهر منها وما بطن. That which is manifest and apparent and external, and that which is hidden inside of you. Excesses inside of me and excesses outside of me. Excesses outside of me, the way I use my tongue, the way I use my eyes, the way I use my hands, the way I use my legs, the way I use my eating drive, my sexual drive, and so on. The way I interact externally in my comportment and behavior, all of that is external. And in that, there are excesses. Some of us are excessive in that. We're not balanced. We're not well behaved. أن تهجر الفواحش. Your hijrah, keep away from those. ما ظهر منها وما بطن. The excesses inside of you and me. Of feelings, of emotions, of drives, of likes, of dislikes, of attitudes towards others. Excesses. Fahisha. Fahisha doesn't only mean to commit zina, but in this case, ما ظهر وما بطن, all what is an excessive in words and in conduct and in feeling. You do hijrah away from that, he said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, you perform salah, you establish zakah, and you are a muhajir. Even if you lived in Al-Hadrami. And in one other hadith, similar meaning, he tells that other person who asked the question, he says, ثُمَّ اسْكُنْ فِي أَرْضِ قَوْمِكَ حَيْثُ شِئْتَ. Do these things and live in the lands of your people, whoever they are, kafir or Muslim, wherever you want. But as long as this is what you do, you are always a muhajir in that sense. Sayyiduna Ibrahim alayhi salam said, إِنِّي مُهَاجِرٌ إِلَىٰ رَبِّي أَتَى اللَّهَ بِقَلْبٍ سَلِيمٍ. He was a muhajir going to Allah with the changes of his heart, a heart that is sound and salim and beautiful, and only that heart that changes and moves will meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, while Allah Azza wa Jal is very pleased with that heart and will be in the company of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I remind myself first and then you about this essential concept. And we live, most of us have come from a different land. Of course, with time, most of us would be born here, or children, but most of us now have come from a different land. If we came here not because something for the deen and for the freedom of our deen, and we came for some other reasons, remember this, you could become a muhajir by this that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned to us. And what an excellent reward it would be to be counted by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam as a muhajir to Allah and to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, while I have not moved physically an inch. My qalb has been moving, however. اللهم اجعلنا من الذين يستمعون القول فيتبعون حسنه. اللهم اجعلنا من الصادقين المهاجرين إليك وإلى رسولك صلى الله عليه وآله وصحبه وسلم، واجعل عاقبة أمورنا خيرا ورشدا، وصل اللهم وسلم وبارك على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. خيرا جزاكم.